The Common Core and Text Complexity from the Axelson Academy. Common Core Anchor Standard 10. Read and comprehend complex literary and informational text independently and proficiently. The issue of how the Common Core addresses text complexity has instigated some of the more controversial discussions around the new standards. More information can be gathered about text complexity from Appendix A of the Common Core. There are three components to text complexity. The Common Core depicts this through the triangle you see before you. The three components all weigh equally in determining the complexity level of a text and consist of a quantitative measure, a qualitative measure, and a reader and task analysis. The quantitative side of text complexity is addressed through Lexile Level. The qualitative side takes into account what is in the text and the language, structure, and conventions that are followed. Finally, the reader and task addresses how the text is to be used in the class and who will be reading it. Let's take a closer look at these three areas. The quantitative component of text complexity has definitely increased in difficulty with the Common Core. As you look at the chart before you, you have the Lexile level expectations for the designated grade bands K1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 8, 9, 10, and 11 through college and career readiness. The next column shows the Lexile numbers that were the accepted range in reading difficulty for those bands until the Common Core was published. The third column shows the new Lexile expectations put forth in Appendix A of the Common Core. Column 4 shows the stretch bands of the Lexile levels that were revised in the summer of 2012. It is this column in which we base our instruction. Although the numbers allow for students to enter a grade reading a little lower than was previously expected in the Common Core, students must now be pushed to a higher level by the end of the grade. The important thing to keep in mind here is that Lexile level is determined only by sentence length and how frequently words are repeated. It is assumed then that if the author writes in short sentences and many of the words are repeated, the text is easier than a piece written with long sentences and vocabulary that is not repetitive. Many times this is true. However, a picture book written in poetry may be interpreted as having very long sentences, raising the Lexile level. Conversely, an author that stylistically writes in short sentences and uses repetition for emphasis may be dealing with complex issues that are not taken into account by the Lexile level. You should never look solely at the Lexile level of a text to determine the level of the book. Here we have 5 examples of texts with their current Lexile levels. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, 880, which would place that in the 4th to 5th grade reading level. The Very Hungry Caterpillar, 460, a grade 2-3. Zin Zin Zin, a Violin, which is one of our text exemplars from the Common Core, has a Lexile level of 730. That would be the upper end of 3rd grade. The Giver, 760. That would be beginning 4th. And The Hunger Games, 810, in the 4-5 range also. However, if you look carefully at those books, there is quite a diversity in the type of book that you are dealing with. So Lexile level is one measure that we would consider with these books. This has been the Common Core and Text Complexity from the Axelson Academy.